Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Golfmonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steffen. I am the Golfmonger. Live in studio today. Got an old friend back in the radio days, head professional at Presswick Country Club here in Myrtle Beach, Mr. Jay Smith. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Brian.
It's good to see you. We haven't done this in a while.
It's been
Months. Months and months. Yeah, it's awesome. Jay used to be a regular co-host of mine on the show we used to do here on local CBS radio, and it's good to see you, buddy.
Miss that a lot, and it's good to be here.
Yeah, I don't miss getting up so early on Saturdays, though. I got to be honest with you.
Was it 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
It's 8.
Yeah, it was early.
It was early. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't miss that at all. But, no, we're doing a special edition of the show. Normally, this is a time where we talk about last week, talk about what's going on this week. We're going to kind of breeze over the Valspar. Not that it's not worth discussion, but today we're doing our major preview.
Yeah, and I've got my picks. You got yours?
Your picks. I've got mine. Plus, we've got some of our other trusty, faithful folks here from the golfdirector.com.
Some of them aren't very good, though.
Some of them, the picks are, By the way, I'm a little disappointed I didn't hear from the professor.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Where's the professor today?
I don't know. The professor was not.
Did he have a bad week of fantasy golf or something? He's laying low?
He did. He fell back a little.
Did he? That explains it.
And that's why we haven't heard from him. He didn't show up and do Jeff's show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
He didn't. Yeah.
No, he's getting kind of old, so, he's probably getting forgetful.
Ooh. Jay comes right in there, man.
Last time he was called old on this show, he called in. The professor was listening, and he called in, so the phone may be ringing here shortly.
But that does explain it, since he fell back a little bit.
Well,
yeah, because when he was gaining, he was here every day.
Yeah. He was excited. Yeah. Now with 2 weeks to go in the spring, or 3 weeks to go in the spring, the early session, he's not. He's dropped off a little bit. I am like 18 points out of first place, by the way, NR.
Yeah, you're just lucky.
I am. I had total luck, by the way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give. This is something we've done in the past, done on my blog site, sportsmonger.com, dystnow.com. And we pick a winner for each major, and then we do like a dark horse, wild card, whatever you want to call it. Someone that might not be on the tips of everyone's tongue. So that's what we're going to do. Jay, you and I will obviously discuss everybody's picks.
Yep.
We'll cheat a little bit. I'll run down the other guys, and then we'll go over yours, mine, and we'll take them one at a time.
Okay.
We'll start with the Masters. Obviously, the next one up in 3 weeks.
Yes. And have you ever been to the Masters?
Are we going to have this conversation again? No, I have not. So are you going to call me from there? Are you going to text me from the fairway again like you did last year?
I'm not sure if I'm going to go this year
and the year
or not.
before? I know, it's getting old hat to you, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you give me your passes? Oh, that's right. I'm not a PGA member.
I really gave you a hard time last year.
You did. Yeah. By the way, this guy, he texts me like every 20 minutes from
I sent him pictures.
Sending me pictures.
That was nice.
Yeah, real nice. While I was at work.
These guys have probably been.
Yeah, they have.
Listen,
the man behind the glass. All these guys have.
All the guys on the sheet have
All
been.
the guys on the sheet except this guy at the bottom.
And Paige. Don't forget Paige is on the sheet,
PC.
too.
I'd never forget PC. She's got some interesting picks on here, by the way. I love getting her involved.
I didn't see hers.
You'll see. All right. So let's start off with Augusta. We'll start with our good friend Keith Stansel, who, by the way, is back in the golf biz after a short hiatus.
Yes, he is. He is.
He likes Jason Day to win. I can't argue that because we've got some other people who've picked that as well. Paige likes Rory.
Hard to go against the favorite.
It is. Although he hasn't looked so favorite-y lately.
But he looks good throwing it.
I loved his explanation. Did you hear that? Well, if it would have been any other club, I wouldn't have. But I knew I wasn't going to need the 3-iron the rest of the day, so I figured, what the heck.
Did you hear what they're going to do with it? They went and got it.
I don't know. What was it going for on eBay?
No, and Trump gave it back to them.
Yeah.
They're actually going to put it up, from what I read, in the clubhouse. They're going to frame it and put it up in the clubhouse.
And put a little plaque and everything that says this is
the 3-iron.
The 3-iron that was thrown. Well, that's cool.
The Nike Vapor 3-iron.
The Nike. That's nothing wrong with that. That's cool.
But yeah, he said he didn't need it anymore, so.
That's awesome.
He had good form.
Yeah. How many times have you wanted to do that on the golf course? But, I don't get clubs for free.
Did you see him on Sunday when he faked doing that?
Yeah.
On 18 when he hit it in the water and he acted like he's going to do it again?
Yeah, that was awesome. Moving on to Mr. Jimmy Biggs, friend of ours here. He likes Bubba Watson. It's hard to go against Bubba, too.
He's got a pretty good track record there.
Well, and the thing this year is he's playing well now. Like, he's playing well leading into it. Like, last year, it almost kind of came as a bit of a surprise, even though he had won there previously, because he wasn't playing well. And then, bam, that place is built for him.
I don't remember his short game being as well as
Right
it's
now, his
been
short game's
lately.
on fire. And what does everybody say? What are all the talking heads going to start talking about between now and the first day at Augusta? What are they going to say? You have to have the win at Augusta.
Got to be able to putt.
Short game. You got to
Yeah.
be able to manage the greens. If you miss, you got to be able to recover. And who's doing that better right now than Bubba?
Dustin Johnson's doing it pretty well
He's
too.
doing,
though
he's doing it well. He's doing it good as well. I don't know that his putter is quite up to Augusta.
he putted
yet.
well last week, but he didn't make a lot. But
He didn't make a lot.
But he two putted.
He made
very
him when
well.
you know what? It's interesting. I say he didn't make a lot, but then on the back nine coming down the stretch, he made him when he needed him.
Absolutely, and when he'd roll him up there less than a foot, so
He-
tap ins, no stress, no.
I was just going to say that he left himself no stress par putts.
Yeah.
You know that was good.
And then the drive on 18.
Yeah, I mean, how do you, especially watching your playing partner hit one good too. The guy's
Yeah.
trailing you by a stroke, knowing you have to hit one.
And you hit it 50 yards past him in the middle of the fairway. And
And over the water.
Yes.
Like his ball flight took him over that corner
I
of the
think he
water.
pulled it a little bit.
I don't know what he did, but he just bombs away. I mean, holy cow. All right, so I'm disappointed we didn't get the professor's picks, but, like we said before, if he's trailing in the fantasy, he might not have wanted to participate. So who do you like?
I like Jason Day, who you've already said. I
I
mean,
know I like him too.
the guy's track record there is unbelievable.
And he's due to win a major. I thought I had him when we did this last year on here locally. I had him winning Augusta last year, and then he hurt his thumb because we did this preview when we did it last year, like back in January before he hurt his thumb and
Right.
wrist. And he actually think I had him twice.
Yeah,
last
he
year.
still
That's how
finished
good
pretty
it was.
good, though, didn't he?
He did, but he ended up top 10, I think. But I don't disagree with you on that pick, except I picked Bubba.
You know who's hard to bet against there? Is Cabrera.
Yeah.
That guy.
Angel Cabrera and Freddie Couples.
Yeah.
Freddie's going to get Freddie will be on the front page of the leaderboard on Friday.
I was going to say Freddie for a couple of days.
Freddie will be on the front page. He may even have a 36-hole lead.
Very easily could.
He just, you know what? And there'd be nothing better if he's not within a couple of strokes come Sunday.
Makes it exciting.
Because I don't know a golf fan on the planet that doesn't like him. I mean, how fun would that be for him again? Because last year, 2 years ago, last year he was in the mix.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I mean, Bubba just took over last year.
He did.
Yeah. And that's why I like Bubba Watson this year. I just don't. He's playing so well right now, and like you said, a short game, and then he's gonna go. I said this last year when he won the Masters, and we talked about this at lunch today. Bubba Watson's gonna win 4 or 5 majors. All 4 or 5 of them are gonna be at Augusta. I don't think he'll win a major anywhere else because the conditions are always tough, and he don't like tough conditions. He gets when the course doesn't suit his eye, he doesn't like it. He
I
just
agree with
finds
you.
something to complain about. He blames it on his caddy. He starts getting rabbit ears, and he hears cell phones in the crowd and people, scratching their rear end and 4 holes over.
Yeah.
The birds chirp too loud.
Well, we talked about it. His caddy is a saint for taking some of the abuse that he
does.
takes.
He does, absolutely. And I think that but Augusta, it fits him.
I agree. He loves it.
He loves being there. He hits in places nobody else hits to, and he's got the imagination. He can shape all the shots you need to shape. I have trouble picking him or not picking him for that. Let's run down some of the alternates, the wild cards, the dark horses. Whatever
Did you
wanna
say
call
who
them.
your favorite was?
Yeah, Bubba. I'm
that's
going
right.
with Bubba.
You are
Yeah,
right.
I am.
Yeah.
It was really close between Jason Day, but if Bubba hadn't been playing so well, it just made it a no-brainer for me to pick. If you want to go dark horses, wild cards, some guys went a little further off the pass than others. Keith Stanzo, he likes Nick Watney, who has been playing pretty well when he's played this year.
His putters come back.
And again, because you need good putting at Augusta, if he's striking the ball well, he's got a shot. Page went way out there, just because of recent form. Their dark horse is Tiger Woods.
Hopefully he plays.
Is he even going to play? I mean, I mean, he hasn't played so long and so much, and he's not sure he's committed to Augusta. The word suspension's being thrown out there by people in the media that he got suspended for drugs, for banned substances.
I thought that was his agent.
No, his agent was denying the
Oh, I thought it
those
was
things.
drug
Was his
use.
agent? His agent use drugs?
I thought it was his agent.
I thought they were
using
saying
drugs.
Tiger used drugs. Maybe they were using them together.
We're as confused as everybody else.
Well, I mean, the PGA Tour doesn't release any information,
Nah.
so who knows?
Yeah. And Tiger definitely can't chunk it and skull it around that golf course.
No, and let me tell you for a fact, if he's in the field, watch TV Thursday and Friday because you're not going to see him on the weekend.
Good chance
So if you want to see him, make sure you tune in the TV. Or if you got to work, DVR it, TiVo it, whatever you got. Watch Thursday and Friday because you won't see him on the weekend.
Well, he's got, what, 3 weeks?
And he's had how many weeks that he's supposedly been resting, working? I mean, it's
About that.
I don't even know how much. He's blaming it on a back injury, but it's so convenient that every time he's playing bad, he has a back problem.
Still not as good as Rory when he blamed it on his teeth.
His teeth?
Was that last year?
When he walked off at the Honda, wasn't it? Or not the Honda, the...
Might have been the Honda last
yeah.
year.
No, in the Honda, he was in the playoff in the Honda last year. It was... He lost to...
It was one of the first tournaments.
It was. He had lost out to Russell Henley in the playoff at the Honda last year. Well, I think it was the week before that.
Yep, had to go see the dentist.
He had to go, on like the 10th hole. I just remember Ernie Els' reaction after he said he wasn't standing close enough to grab him and tell him not to walk off the course. At the time, Rory decided to walk off.
Yeah.
That's really going out there picking Tiger. Jimmy Biggs likes Kuchar, which is never a bad pick. A guy like that at a place like Augusta where you got to
Right.
kind of grind it out, and if his putter gets hot, he can make some noise as well. You like Sneds, don't you?
Snedeker.
That Snedeker guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
That's him. That's him.
That's the guy, Snedeker. I tell you what, the way he came out, it looks like he's completely healthy now.
His putters come back to him.
His win at Pebble Beach, he looked solid. He made a lot of putts. And that was always the reason in the past before his injuries is why you would like him at Augusta, because he can he's a good putter. I don't disagree with that. I like your second pick almost as much as your first one, for that matter.
He's probably not really a true dark horse.
No, and some of these. I mean, I went with Ryan Moore just because he's been playing really well lately, and sometimes you just got to ride the hot streak guy.
He gets it going. He can birdie everything.
That's just it. If he's got it going, he's a birdie guy, and if he can go out Thursday or Friday and throw up some number, a 64 or a something like that on Thursday and Friday and get out. Almost pulled like a J.B. Holmes at this past week. Goes out and shoots 62, 10 under on the first day, and then just basically part his way around till Sunday where he fell off the pace a bit, holding on to the lead.
Johnny Miller said that was probably one of the best, his top 5 rounds of golf he's ever seen somebody.
And the sad thing is I didn't see a second of Thursday's round where he played so well.
The other guys couldn't believe what he shot.
Well,
that played in the tournament.
Nobody was even close.
Nah, and look what won.
6.
Yeah.
So he shot 10 under on one day and Dustin won at 6. I mean, that's
pretty solid.
Yeah. So I like Ryan Moore there. Mr. Producer, the man behind the glass, Jeff Goder. If he's not back there pushing the buttons, I'm not here. I'm sitting here talking to just me and you. Who do you like at Augusta?
I had Dustin, scratched him out, put Bubba, scratched him out, put Dustin back. I'm still going back to Bubba though.
Way to be a man of conviction.
Yeah, really.
You got a long shot?
Jordan Spieth.
You know what? The only reason I say it's long is because he hasn't won nothing yet.
He is ranked 10th in the world, though.
Yeah, he is, but he hasn't won anything.
Well, he won back in the fall.
Yeah, but that wasn't a full field thing. That was that hero.
Well, and then he
won one over.
Smoked him in Australia. Wasn't it Australia? Won by a bunch of shots.
Yeah, that's true. In Australia, he ran away with the field there. No, listen, it's not bad.
Not a bad pick at all.
He didn't make any of my picks, by the way. I'll let that cat out of the bag early.
Did anybody pick him at all?
I don't think anybody did any of them. I think he might still be away from winning a major.
I'd love to see him win.
A little more consistency. Let's move on to the U.S. Open. By the way, what we're going to do is we're going to recap all these, and we'll keep them up. We'll get them posted so we can hold each other accountable as we go through the majors. And, our picks for Augusta probably won't change at all unless somebody does something here over the next couple of weeks. It's when you get later in the year, you're like, oh, wow, what was I thinking? That guy really had a bad year,
The one that surprised me that did not get picked is Ricky Fowler.
I know.
No one took him. And he only got to finish top 5 in all the majors last year.
Twice, 3 times?
No, he did it in every one.
No, but he finished second. Excuse me, he's finished second 3 times.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. Going to the I know, but you know what? Since then, he hasn't.
No.
But that doesn't mean he's not going to turn it on the majors again. I mean,
He's making cuts,
he is, but he's not.
which is
he's
a
not
whole lot
playing.
better than what me and you could say.
Correct. That's true. All right, let's start again. We'll start at the top with Keith for the U.S. Open, and he likes Dustin Johnson at Chambers Bay. How do you not?
Hard to go against.
The way he's playing right now, how do you not like Dustin every time he tees it up? The way he's playing right now.
Keeps his head screwed on straight. You never know.
Yeah, he said that this last win won more to him than any of the other ones combined. Paige PC, the Madam Secretary, likes Mickelson.
It's a long time off. He's struggling right now.
He is, but it's the U.S. Open. You got to figure he's at this point in his career. It's the only major he hasn't won. He's got to be gearing his entire year around the U.S. Open.
That's the one he can't get or hasn't gotten.
Yeah. Jimmy Biggs likes Rory there, and you like last year's champ to repeat.
Yes.
You like Justin Rose.
Look at his history in this tournament.
He always plays well in the Open.
He's
In the U.S. Open, he always does. You're right.
he's always hanging around.
He is. See, I like Dustin in the U.S. Open. I said this last week. We were talking about our picks, and I let the cat out of the bag to a couple guys early, and I said because of how long the Open is, and it takes power, and it takes, every shot in the bag to win the U.S. Open, and not only right now is he hitting the ball far, but he's hitting it straight. And he's going to hit it so far down the fairway, even if he's in the U.S. Open rough, he's got a wedge in his hand or anyway. So him having to take wedge out of the rough from 170 yards, so what? Isn't that what he hits from 170 yards anyway?
I was going to say, don't you realize what you just said?
I know,
a
but,
wedge from 170.
But isn't that what he hits from 170? Is probably a wedge or a smooth 9-iron?
When you hear them, they're hitting a 5-iron from 245. That's a...
I can't even comprehend.
I've seen him hitting 9s from 180. So yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you get these 510-yard par fours with the rough at the U.S. Open, and he hits it down the fairway, and he misses. He's 175 out, but the rough's 6 inches thick, so you got to take a wedge out. So what? He's hitting a wedge from there anyway. My thoughts. But you're like, Rose is just seems like he's built for.
He just
the US
plays
Open.
the U.S. Open very well,
He does.
very
That could
solid.
be- that could be a
Doesn't
good
really
one.
do anything real flashy.
Yeah. My second pick, and I wavered on this guy. I knew I was going to put this guy somewhere, and I was trying to figure out what major I wanted to pick him for as a stretch. And I may have picked the wrong one, but I've got hashtag top 5. Mr. Patrick Reed is my long shot to win the U.S. Open. Well, not really long shot, my wild card.
If you asked him,
course.
he's going to win.
And that's what I like about him. I do. What's wrong with the guy?
Oh, no, he's...
What's wrong with the guy that walks around and says I'm better than you? You want to go out and show it?
And he backs it
You
up.
want to put
I'll have
five, you want to put 5 on it? Let's go. What's wrong with that? And then when you beat him, here's my 5.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I like the fact that he steps up and says, I feel like I'm a top 5 player in the world.
What is he ranked? Do you know?
He's 13th, I think.
13.
It's just getting closer. 4 guys have won as many tournaments as he has by the age of 24. You know who the other 3 are?
Well, I know one of them is for sure.
2 of them are Tiger, Phil, and Rory. That's it. By the age of 24, have won 4 tournaments. That's it. And Reed's the 4th. Think about it, all the greats of golf by the age of 24, 4 times. Not Nicklaus, not Palmer, not Trevino, not Greg Norman, not
Well,
Faldo.
I'll stump you. How many have they won? Is it 8, 9?
Oh, I don't know how many they won. Just the stat I looked.
It's just where you saw it.
Yeah, where he's won 4 by that age. That's pretty impressive. He's on his way. He's on his way. You said you like Duffner as your dark horse for the Open, the new and improved.
I think it's going to take a little while. When you lose that much weight, it affects your golf game. And then he lost a bunch of weight when he cut his hair.
Where did he lose more weight? Get in shape or cutting his hair?
He's tucking his shirt in. I think he's He's really trying.
Well, now the whole world's seen how hot his wife is. He has
Well,
to keep up.
I was going to say, I think the little ladies had a little say-so about that.
Well, before she was famous, she didn't care.
Yeah.
He was a pro golfer. She didn't care. But now that she's famous and people are looking at her and Googling her and following her on Twitter, she cares. So now he's got to care.
He matches.
His clothes match now.
I love his quote. How many times do you waggle before you hit? I don't know. Whenever it feels good. That's it.
That's awesome. You know what? It's amazing. We all cussed at Sergio years ago when he was going through that, but you think it's funny when Duffner does it.
Sergio's wasn't a waggle.
Well, no, he just kept regripping
That
and
was a
gripping.
regrip,
But I
yeah.
mean, you know, everybody was mad at Sergio because he did it a million times. If Duff does this,
But it's
that
not
waggle,
more than 3 or 4.
It's never more. Yeah, I was gonna give it
Yeah.
5 or 6. I mean, it's never that much, you know. But no one complains because it's Duff. I mean, he's just that guy.
Have you ever seen the guy, James Stewart Jr.? You ever seen his golf swing? Well, go on there and Google it, YouTube, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
His name's James Stewart Jr. It makes Charles Barkley's swing look like
No way.
an unbelievable swing. It's all about it's rough. It's rough.
That good, huh?
He can't pull the trigger. He like takes it to the top and it's all over.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Big Z likes Mickelson as his dark horse.
Dark horse.
Paige likes Martin Keimer, the defending champ. Not really sure how.
Yeah, I don't
dark
think
horse.
he's a
different
dark horse.
The thing about that though, a place where where the venue moves. You know, the way Keimer played and just ate up Pinehurst last year.
We can't putt from 50 yards away.
That's what I'm saying. The game is he'll have to play a totally different game.
Yeah.
And he just figured out the best way to play number 2 compared to what everyone else was trying to do. And I don't, you know, obviously that same game plan won't translate.
Correct.
You know,
It's going to be all that deep rough around the greens, not going to be putting it and doing all that
Have to
stuff.
play it totally different. Stanzel likes JB Holmes. He's off to a pretty good start this year. If you're going to go dark horse, you're going to have to hit it far at the Open, and you know, guy's not afraid. I mean, you saw he was still gripping and ripping it.
He just got a little errant.
Doral. Yeah, he started spraying it a bit. And if he does that in U.S. Open conditions, he's going to be done for. But if he doesn't, look what he did on Thursday. I mean, obviously you can do it. So there we go. So far we've gone through the Masters and the Open. By the way, we're right in the midst of our my cell phone ringing. Our major preview here on the Golfmonger Show. Jay Smith, head pro at Presswood Country Club, sitting in with me today.
Would that be the professor calling you?
No, that would not be the professor. I
Oh,
think I know
okay.
who that is.
Okay.
I'm doing a charity thing with the March of Dimes, and I think that's the phone number. Or no, MDA lock-in thing, and I'm pretty sure that's the
Are you
lady
getting
from the office
arrested?
calling. I think I'm getting arrested. Yeah, and I think it's next week.
Are you?
She's calling me like every day.
We'll
seeing how things are
we'll
going.
pay them to keep you.
I know. That's the way I should probably propose it to everybody. And don't pay to get me out, pay to keep me. I'd probably raise more money that way. So anyway, let's move on to the Open Championship, which is at the Old Course, St. Andrews this year, which to me completely opens the field.
Yep.
We talked about that earlier. Do not be surprised if you don't see Ernie Els, I don't know, Podrick again. You know, someone like Miguel Angel Jimenez, Angel Cabrera. I mean, it just opens the field totally at a place like St. Andrews, where it's the great big wide rolling fairways and the ball goes forever there.
Yeah.
I mean, it just brings so much into play because it's easy is not the right word, but you know, it's just different. It's easiest of some of the courses in that.
The long ball hitters are going to hit it forever.
Forever, yeah. So I mean, and obviously that's why you went with Dustin
Yes.
for the.
You can spray it a little bit and,
Yeah, and get away with it.
you know, he's going to hit his driver another 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
We'll have conditions based on conditions.
Obviously,
of course.
yeah. If they get we talked about this earlier. If they get benign conditions for benign relative term for over there, the winner's score could be really low this year.
Yeah, when a guy can't hit a driver on a par 4 because he's scared of knocking it over.
Yeah, I mean the score could be really low this year unless they get crazy rain, wind, or whatever. It could be really
Which is very
low.
possible.
Yeah, then again, it could be 3 under if they get the real bad weather. Stanzel likes Sergio. He's got to win a major at some point. Some people say I don't. I think he's the next European guy down the line. You had what's his face?
I think Poulter's.
Poulter's. Don't even talk to me about Poulter unless you want to talk Ryder Cup. He's never going to win anything. You had Colin Montgomery couldn't win a major. Now Lee Westwood's the next one in line. It's never going to win a major. Sergio's the next one down the line. That's good enough and should, but won't.
Sergio got nervous in that tournament a couple of weeks ago where Bubba won.
That's what I'm saying. Sergio, there's something
jerked
about
a couple.
There's something about it. He's just not going to win. Gut feeling. You know, and it's not that I don't like Sergio. I'm a fan. I like him, but I just, if you're going to ask me to talk about a guy's golf game, I just don't think he's got it to win. You know, and it's probably not his game. It's more in the kitchen that he's not going to win a major.
Well, he is doing a much better job with his interviews.
A little bit. Paige likes her boy. She's in love with Graham McDowell.
He's solid.
At a place like St. Andrews, again, another one of those guys that he's won a major championship before. He could pull it out. Jimmy Biggs likes Rory, and so do I. I like Rory there again for the same reason you like Dustin. A long guy's going to win there.
Jimmy Biggs, did he take anybody else?
So far he's taken Rory, and
Rory.
And
or did he? Oh, he did.
Rory
Okay, he did
Bubba.
take Bubba. Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to pick against the number one guy, and he did win 2 majors last year.
Well, and if Vegas has got him to win them,
yeah,
hard to go against those
Yeah,
guys. They seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah, his 2 are Rory and Tiger. Yeah. Now, of all the places that Tiger could show the way he's been playing, and it's far enough down the line if he can start to get his game back together, a place like St. Andrews, he could get away with the way he's spraying the ball.
Sure.
You know, and still put out a decent showing. Win? Absolutely not. His days of winning big tournaments like that are over, by the way.
And he does, and that chunk shot out there probably work.
You're right. It might. Maybe he won't have to take a big driver swing. Maybe he'll go back to playing that old Stinger 3-iron that he used to use, and so he doesn't have to swing the driver because he can't keep it inside a football stadium. I went really out on a limb at the Open because you talk about long hitters and just to be a little different. He's already won once this year, so I guess it's not a terribly long shot, but I like Brooks Koepka. He spent all last year playing on the European Tour. So he's played over there. He's comfortable over there. He just won in the desert. He won the Waste Management. He hits the ball a ton. You know, if he gets his putter going, and who knows? In today's golf, we say it all the time around here. You can ask Jeff. Anybody tees it up in the field.
Sure.
Now the majors are probably the one exception because there's a lot more there. But any week,
More pressure.
Anybody tees it up could win. And I'm zero surprise. 2 weeks in a row, the 297th ranked golfer in the world won the tournament. I mean, that doesn't tell you how deep the talent pool is in professional golf right now.
It's all about the putter.
Yeah, keep it fairly straight off the tee and make putts.
Oh, they all hit it good.
Yeah, because they're all hitting it far anymore. That whole the course is too long. This guy can't win because it's too long. Almost doesn't exist anymore.
No,
except for Luke Donald, and even he's hitting the ball farther now. He was been practicing trying to hit it farther. But I mean, the longer hitters. Well, they're all longer hitters. Who's a short? What's considered a short hitter these days?
I guess if you only hit it 300 off the tee, you're a short guy.
Right? You're the short guy if you're not hit +3, right? I don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, these guys hit 4 irons longer than what we hit drivers. I mean, it's just crazy.
And they hit them straight.
Yeah, straighter for sure, yeah. You like Jamie Donaldson, speaking of going, another that's gone a little left with your second pick, like I did. We both picked the same one to kind of wiggle on a little bit. He's been playing great this year.
He has.
Followed up his solid play in the Ryder Cup with some good play here to start off this year.
You know, I'm sure he's comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Playing that,
Absolutely.
That's what he does.
Yep. I like that. I like that one. Stansel likes Ryan Moore, who I went with at Augusta. He likes him at the Open. Paige likes Lee Westwood, so I'll just scratch that one out because that man's never winning a major. So we won't even take that into consideration. Sorry, PC. She'll give me crap later. And like I said, Bigsy likes Tiger. Mr. Gilder, we skipped past you on the U.S. Open, so I'll let you do both Opens at the same time.
U.S. Open, I have Dustin to win, and my long shot, whatever you want to call it, is Phil.
Yeah.
And on the Open Championship, I have Rory to win and Justin Rose. And by the way, I just looked at my fantasy After the first round,
Yeah.
I'm 8 under.
Are you? Good for you. First round ain't even over yet.
Yeah, I know. So far, I'm
Good
8
for
under.
you. I haven't even
They
looked.
hadn't got to the snake pit
I'm,
yet.
I'm excited.
Yeah, have they reached the snake pit yet?
I don't think so.
There you go. By the way, if you haven't gotten in yet or you don't listen to the regular weekly fantasy golf show, you need to Fantasy Golf with Jeff Deal every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. It's a good show. We have a lot of fun with that. I jump on with him from time to time. It's usually him and the professor, Gene Weldon.
The professor.
Professor Weldon.
Is that not a perfect name
It
for
is.
Gene?
It is.
He does put those glasses on the tip of his nose occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
It was irresistible, man, and it stuck.
It's
you know?
perfect. He's now the professor. So now we get to the PGA Championship, where it's going to be boring to talk about because there's only 2 names picked. Everybody likes Rory and Dustin.
Well, Rory's dominated that one multiple times.
He's already He's blown the field away twice. Well, this past time he didn't blow them away. It was a great finish last year.
At Kiowa, he smoked everybody.
Yeah. So you like Rory. Keith likes Rory. And Paige, Jimmy, and this is the one Jimmy didn't go Rory, and I like Dustin. So I actually have Dustin twice this year. Because I've said all along, when he finally breaks through and wins one, he's going to win a handful. And he's going to condense it to get in a short period, and he's going to go on a run, and he's going to win 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over a short period. I'm not saying in a row. I'm just saying, and once he finally wins one, which I think this year is going to be the year, he's going to win 5 or 6 in a 3 or 4 year span.
Well, you know, Johnny Miller doesn't give a whole lot of compliments while he's on the air.
You don't say.
But he said that Dustin Johnson had more talent than anybody playing.
Wow, that's
in today's
amazing.
game. I mean,
Because we've been saying that for years. Johnny's finally saying it.
Yeah. But for him to say it, that's a...
Guy's an idiot. But no, the fact that he actually verbalized that
Yeah.
on the air, man. Dustin's got every shot in the bag. The only thing holding Dustin back is between the ears. We've known that for a while, and maybe
It hurts him and it helps him.
you know what? When he said that he doesn't even remember the last shot, is his mentality.
That's
That
a-
helps.
that's a good thing.
Tremendously, because most guys are still on the next tee when they miss a putt. They're still mulling over
It's the
missing the putt.
hardest thing in the world to overcome.
Yeah. It's like, let's say golfers and quarterbacks. You can't remember the last pass.
Yep.
You got to just go on to the next one because nothing's the same. You can't do nothing about that one. You can't do anything about the last putt you missed either. And that's, you know what? I agree. I totally agree with you.
I can't forget it.
I can't either. I've said that for years. Dustin's got every shot in the bag. He's got more talent than anybody else on tour. It's just a matter of can he put it together. You know, and and mentally is where the issue is. So that's why you see he's got a round going, 2 or 3 holes, blows up, comes back, misses a few putts,
Yep.
doesn't make any putts because we're the mental game, the physical part of it. Like I said, he's hitting wedge from 175 yards. So I mean, really, his touch with the wedge, his short game is great.
The guy's an unbelievable athlete.
And doesn't Whistling Straits owe him one? And isn't that where that's where they're playing the PGA again this year? Doesn't it owe him one?
What are they playing the bunkers as this year?
I bet he knows the rule this time. I bet he won't not know that he's standing in a bunker.
Well,
when he's in
wasn't
a
it-
bunker.
Wasn't it the USGA told them they should play all those as waste bunkers?
Yeah.
And
No.
the PGA of America went against it?
Yeah, because normally they played as through the green,
Right.
but it was the PGA decided to play him as bunkers.
Right, but I'm saying they told them to play everything
Right.
as waste
As
waste
right,
areas.
right? And they said no.
They
were
went
gonna
against
play
it.
They went against it, and should he have still known? Absolutely, but can you blame him when people were standing in it?
Well, his caddy already had the bag in there too.
Yeah, and the bag's in there, so I mean that's
And there's beer cans in there.
yeah. So
and chip bags.
the second his caddy set the bag down in there, it's a penalty.
Yeah, then it's over right there.
Yeah, but the crowd was walking through it and they were sitting on the edge of it with their feet in it before he got there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Whistling Straits owes him one.
We could talk about that for hours.
Yes, we could. You know what? And we probably will when we get to August.
Because the rules official kind of,
Screwed it up too.
he wasn't on the ball there
No,
either.
it was not. Yeah, no. And we'll write that down the week before we do our preview of the PGA. You come back and we'll just hammer that one thing for 20 minutes. So let's look at second picks because everybody likes Rory and Dustin on this one. You had Billy Horschel, which I like because I have Billy Horschel.
Nice.
I do. I like his game, and you know what? He tends to play better at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. Look at last year. Won him the whole deal.
Yes, sir. He's a bad 600 away from finishing the season win.
Yeah, that was not a very good 600.
That was a Brian Steffen 600. That was a really bad 600. But I mean, think about it, because if he hits that shot, I mean, the way he'd been playing,
Yeah.
he probably wins. Comes back, wins the next week, wins the championship at East Lake. You know, still doesn't go to the Ryder Cup.
You know, I have his Gator colors on.
Yes, he will.
Not that he's in Gator country up there, but
No,
you know.
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Stansel likes Snedeker at the PGA, which, again, the way he started.
He's a good
here,
pick everywhere he plays.
He pretty much is, because if he's got it going, he's a steady kind of guy. And, again, if his putter gets hot like it can, absolutely. Paige likes Heinrich Stenson, which isn't a bad pick at
No.
the PGA out there. And Bigsy, why do you guys keep bringing up Lee Westwood? The guy's never winning a major. I'm not even discussing that. It's just a waste of time. So let's run through this real quick. So let's see. The most popular pick of the Masters was Jason Day and Bubba Watson,
Even though Rory's the favorite.
even though Rory's the favorite. At the U.S. Open, Dustin and Rory. At the Open Championship, we got
Same.
Rory mostly.
Yeah, well, yeah.
More people like Rory than anything else. And then the PGA, Dustin and Rory. We sense a theme here. Who's playing the best golf? Who people think are going to play the best golf this year? You know, narrowing it down like this way out all year is fun because you know our picks are going to change. You know there's a chance when you get to the U.S. Open, as it gets closer, you might want someone besides.
But nobody can change, can they?
No, but we'll talk about it.
This
That's
is
the
locked
fun
in.
part. This is locked in, and this is going to be down for everybody to see. We'll put it up. We'll put it on the page. I'll put it on my blog. We'll tweet it out. We'll get it out there on the Facebook page so we can revert back to it so nobody can lie or hide behind it. And we'll even get the picks from the folks, the jokers that were too afraid to get to us to go on the air. The Professor and El Presidente, Mr. Busseroni. We'll get theirs so they can be in on this. We'll put them on the big board over here. That way nobody can deny
change
or
it.
hide. And then we'll have some spoils at the end of the summer. Somebody's going to be really happy, and the rest of us are going to be like, man, we suck.
I was going to say, what is the friendly
I don't know.
wager?
What did we talk? We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, what our friendly wager was going to be. Did we ever decide on anything, Jeff?
I don't think we did, but let me say this while we're talking about this here, because we've got 4 days of coverage coming up. Thursday, we'll be at a venue doing a remote, and Friday, we'll be at a venue doing a remote. We're talking about the Masters here.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, we'll have a private party here. We'll do full round coverage, and Sunday, private party, full round coverage here with catered food and
I'm
beverages.
glad you met that because I was going to ask you, are we going to, like we did for the
Yeah, like we did for the Ryder Cup.
are we going to do live full round coverage?
Live full round coverage Saturday and Sunday.
Can I be invited again?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, Jay, you're invited as well.
Sit here and watch
Sounds
the
good to me.
Masters and talk about it.
But we haven't chosen the venue yet. I think Wild Wing Cafe is probably going to be one of them. And we'll do a
Nice.
couple of hours out on the back deck there, and I'm not sure who the other one's going to be, but that'll be either Thursday or Friday, 4 to 6.
Okay.
And last year we did for the Masters, we did all 4 days at Wild Wing Cafe. So we decided to bring it back in here for Saturday and Sunday, and we'll have a little catered party for guests and things.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So there we go. So there's our that's our 2015 major preview. See how smart we are come the end of August. Actually, we'll break it down week by tournament too. Every time, once we get beyond in 2 weeks, we'll bring up everybody's Masters picks again. Then we'll also look back after, and so on and so forth throughout the season, so we can see how it's going. Keep everybody in the loop. By the way, if you want to throw your 2 cents in, whether you're listening to us live now or downloaded or recorded later, tweet at us at the Golf Director or me personally at golfmonger. Give us your picks if you want to get in on the mix. Maybe we'll give away a prize to the listener that comes up with that can beat any of us. Someone can beat all of us. We'll give away something. Maybe
Probably can find some golf to
we
give
probably
away.
I know a couple of guys that could give away some golf possibly.
Some type of gift
Or
certificate.
some sort of gift certificate, whatnot to.
And you
somebody.
won't have to play with Brian.
No, that's not part of the deal. You do not have to play golf with me if you don't want to. Although I am fun on the golf course.
You are.
I am.
You are, as long as the cooler's full.
I just said I'm fun on the golf course. Why do you have to give away my secret?
The only time I ever played with Brian, we sat 2 hours in the pouring rain under a tree drinking beer.
It's gonna stop soon. There's
Are
still. I reached in the back. Oh, we got time. There's still beer in the cooler. Jeff's like, okay. People are headed to the. People either played through or headed to the clubhouse. We're sitting under these 2 trees overhang. We were at Colonial Charters.
Yep. We had
On
the golf
18th
carts
hole.
pulled right next
And
to each other.
18th in the 18th hole, we were parked carts. The roofs were down touching, blocking the rain, drinking beer. Until it quit raining. Then it did quit raining, and we finished playing.
Yeah, then we went back to playing it.
I would have just driven in.
Well, we had beer to drink.
We already filled out your scorecard.
Oh yeah. Well, I did that before I teed up. That's
I
how
know you
played
won
every
some
time.
skins that day, didn't you?
Not at Colonial Charters, I didn't. I didn't win skins that day. Sandpiper last month I did.
Your claim to fame is the old eagle
Playing
at the
with
die,
you.
at the
Eagle
die club.
Eagle at number 10 at the die. Chip in Eagle.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good as my 18 at Tidewater. Number 18 at Tidewater back in
Yeah.
December. That was a good
That's
one.
right. That was a good one. Yeah. You're better than me. You're a pro. I'm just a hack.
I just work at a golf course.
So, yeah. Your daughter's soon to be the pro.
Yeah, she already can beat me.
She's good. She's good. Well, hey, thanks for coming on with me.
I appreciate it.
It's been a lot of fun. We'll have to do this more often.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Hey, Jeff, thanks for pushing the buttons.
Thank you,
Keeping
Jeff.
us on here since Lord knows I don't know what I'm doing. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured golf course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course condition specials and much more. If you need help with your next golf vacation, hashtag just call Dave. Give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF1, 844-464-6531. All the Golf Director programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. Catch up on a show you might have missed. Click on TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. Once you're there, you'll find that we're available on over 1 billion devices at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, and the Myrtle Beach Golf app. A lot of places to find us. I'm Brian Steffen. I'm the Golfmonger. This has been the Golfmonger Show. Jay Smith from Presswood Country Club sitting in with me. Jeff Gilder, the producer, pushing the buttons. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep it in the short grass.